Hi, it's Paul here from Rawsome Healthy, and today I've got a very special guest with me. He's from Jamaica, his name is Isa, he's a 400-metre sprint hurdler, and he's trained within a star no less than Usain Bolt himself, the world's fastest man. So Isa, please tell us a bit about yourself and how old you are and how long you've been running for.
Isa Phillips, like he said, pretty much NCAA champion in the US, Jamaica national champion, run about 48.05 seconds. I am 28 years old and 6'5".
What sort of training regime do you have and how often do you train?
Well, depending on the time of year, we have different phases. Train, pre-season workout or, foundation stuff in the fall, ranging from about September or October through December, January. Into the winter, the workouts generally range from building cardiovascular foundation, strength and endurance foundation, with a little bit of emphasis on speed work as well. So we basically do run-up hills for hill trainings, maybe 5 to 10 times 300 meters up a incline, and we'd also possibly do stadiums. I'm based in LSU right now in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that is, and we do Tiger Stadium sometimes, and then also weights 2-3 times per week in the gym. We do some continuous tempo work, what we call jump runs, where you do an exercise, rest 20 seconds, do a sprint drill 20 seconds, do a lunge or a bound drill, and then run and continuous for about 3-4 sets, cycles up to 5 the most. It gets pretty intense when it's like, because the rest is so short, you get very little time to recover, but it's just getting the body to adapt to performing under pressure, and not just doing it, but doing it when you're fatigued is another level.
That brings me on to the next question actually, is there a certain mental approach that you have to training and to specifically working in competition, running in competition?
Well, to tell the truth, the subconscious approach is much more effective, and it actually goes along a much longer way than conscious. By the time you get to competition, you're really not thinking very much anymore, because by then you should have habituated everything that you need to do and make it a subconscious reaction in competition. So, if you're going to think about it, then that's what you do in training. You think in a repetitive fashion to do the right things. In other words, perfect practice leads to perfect. But you want to practice the perfect over and over again until you don't have to think about it anymore. Then you just do it subconsciously. But at the same time, consciously you're still thinking about remembering that you need to execute and be consistent with what you've been doing so far. Because if you've done it already, you can do it again, and if it's something that you've done hundreds of times before every day, of course you're going to be confident that you can do it again.
A question I really wanted to ask you is there any advice you can give to other athletes who want to improve their sprinting?
Oh yeah, definitely. 3 things. Stride length, or how far apart your feet land when you're running. And I use Bolt as an example because he's mastered all 3. And because he's long, 6'5", like I am, of course his feet are going to be much further apart when he's stepping. And also even longer with momentum, with running 28 miles an hour, of course his feet are going even longer. Then the next thing, stride frequency. We call it turnover, basically, just how fast your feet are turning over. And then at the same time, ground contact time, how long your feet is staying on the ground is an important factor. And then after that you add some other factors into it, but those predominantly, once you master those, it gets pretty interesting. And some people try to do stride frequency first. In other words, try to run fast first, turning over. But if they don't have the length into it, then they're kind of like on a treadmill. You're running and you look like you're moving fast, but you're not really covering much ground. And we have that also during the acceleration phase, coming out of the blocks. You have what you call ground coverage. But it's pretty technical. It's much more technical than it seems, and they've done a good job in Jamaica in terms of learning from the past and not so much following the theory, but doing what works, that which produces the results.